Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Miles Edgeworth, Ace Attorney Investigations. Or is it Ace Attorney Investigations, Miles Edgeworth? Well, whatever the game where we're playing is Miles Edgeworth. Last time, well, Rhoda is looking more and more sus, but today we are going to investigate the cargo hold, as I am now going really careful with my DS, because yeah, one of the little case or little plastic bits covering the hinge part broke off. So yeah, the top screen is it's a little wobbly. It's a little wobbly. Thankfully, it won't take much to like get this fixed, but I am gonna wait till like a little while from now because like the closure of the Wii U and 3DS eShops kind of depleted my non-save, like my extra spending money. So yeah, anyway, you all don't care about all that extra stuff. Let's go investigate. Wow. So this is the cargo hold, huh? It's so big. That's what she said? This plane is a special model. It has both a super large cargo hold and oh my freaking god, why can I not read? Ultra luxurious first class seating. So is this the real scene of the murder? There is certainly a high probability of that, which is why we are here, correct? Okay, let's get investigating, sir. Get investigating indeed. But yeah, like, I try to be careful with this, like, 3DS, or not 3DS, DS, but, it did fall recently on my foot, and I didn't think anything of it, but, yeah. Yeah. I mean, if push comes to shove, I could just record this in my, like, 3DS, it's not the end of the world here, but I like having a backup, just in case. Holy suitcases. Mr. Edgeworth, it's like an all-you-can-eat, or, oh my god, all-you-can-use suitcase fair. These must be all of the leftover ones they couldn't sell. The ones the company is planning to dispose of after this flight is over. This paint job is really cool, don't you think? Practically screams artsy. Oh, why not purchase one then? I'm sure it'll bring you much happiness. Think so? Maybe I will. See here, $1,200? Think I'll pass. Miss Tenero wonders why they didn't sell. You need 2 jobs just to buy one. So she was spending her whole paycheck on one? Definitely looks like one is missing. What is this brittle substance I'm stepping on? It's a bunch of glass fragments. From the cabinet. A box marked bed sheets. I wonder if there's bed sheets in there. Keeping track of this many pieces of cargo must be very taxing on the cargo crew. Sure brings back memories of when I worked as a part-time mover, sir. I looked in his eyes, he's waiting for me to ask about the rest of the story. But no matter how he pours on the puppy eyes, I have no intention of doing so. Damn. Alright, an open suitcase, that surely does look suspicious. Hey, what's with the suitcase, pal? It's where the victim checked in, sir. What the victim checked in, rather. So the suitcase belonged to Mr. Hicks. I don't think he'd mind if we took a closer look. There's nothing out of the ordinary in here, sir. Wait. A file? There's a photo of Miss Von Karma in it, sir. Looks like a profile on Franziska. What? Why would Mr. Hicks have had a file on her? Okay, well that's weird. But she was at the ready to, like, stop by. All sorts of boxes are piled up here. This one says flammable. This one's... It says pharmaceuticals. This one says for exorcism use only. So what kind of operation is this airline running? Oh, I just love pushing the buttons on elevators and crosswalk signals. Here, you should give it a try, sir. Go on, push it. The elevator is currently stopped on the first floor, detective. It can't move. Oh yeah, Let's know what happened if you pushed it now. Well, nothing would happen normally anyway without the special key card. Both the door to the attendance room and the elevator's control panels require a key card, which makes it impossible for a passenger to come down here. Not to mention a lot of elevators and like crosswalks have placebo buttons, buttons that do nothing but just makes it feel like the user is doing something. For example, the door close button in elevators, 9 times out of 10 it will do nothing because the doors are going to close automatically. And crosswalks tend to be on timers anyway, so pressing the crosswalk button tends to do nothing. But it makes you think like you're doing something instead of just waiting. Anyway, you arrived at the scene of the crime before Detective Gumshoe, correct? And you then immediately began to direct the investigation. It seems to me that you were already here at this airport for something besides this murder. Yes, I was. Why at this airport? Been following a very large and involved governmental level international crime. But it's much too large for one person to take on alone. So it was decided that I should form a joint investigation with Interpol. Interpol is involved. It's a top secret operation, so I really can't tell you any more than I already have. So Interpol is involved. So that means Akbay Hicks was in Interpol. Now, why would Mr. Hicks have documents profiling Franziska? Oh, I know. But it's a big fan of Miss Von Karma, sir. Franziska said that she had come to this airport as part of an Interpol investigation. Just no-sold that shit. Oh, maybe Mr. Hicks heard she was coming here and he followed her. Detective, I think it's more likely that Mr. Hicks was, in actuality, Interpol Agent Hicks. I think Franziska has some explaining to do. Truth behind Hicks. You came to this airport to rendezvous with the victim, didn't you? Nonsense! What are you talking about? We found a profile detailing information about you and the victim's luggage. I suppose it was prepared for him so that he could recognize you when he landed. Which makes him not Mr. Hicks, but rather Interpol Agent Hicks. Isn't that correct? I should have known you'd figure it out, Miles. But it looks like they got to him first. So you really did come here to receive an Interpol agent then? Yes. Agent Hicks was on the trail of a very large international smuggling ring. He went undercover to investigate the crime. And it was I who put him on this case. I was supposed to receive a call from him on his cell phone once he had landed. I never expected to receive a call about his murder instead. Smuggling ring. Victim's glasses are broken. They're broken during his murder. We do have some glass shards here. Is that an... I mean, it could have also been from the cabinet. Well, no. Why would the cabinet glass from the cabinet be down here? I think we can safely conclude that these fragments are from a pair of glasses. The victim was wearing a pair of broken glasses. Exactly what I was thinking. I'm sure that the shards would match up perfectly with the remnants of his glasses lenses. Ergo, the victim was here, just as I suspected. So you're saying the real scene of the crime was here, sir? Isn't that what I've been saying for a while now? Oh, is it? I didn't know that. Perhaps it's a bit early to draw that conclusion. However, I believe the probability has just skyrocketed considerably. All that's left is to find the murder weapon. I think we now have pretty definitive evidence that Agent Hicks came down here to the cargo hold. But, what was he doing down here, sir? There's nothing but luggage. Oh, I get it. Maybe he forgot some in the suitcase and came down to get it. Ow. Agent Hicks came here for a work-related reason. Of that I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure he was here to investigate the smuggling operation he was observing. Francisca, do you know exactly how he intended to pursue his investigation? No, unfortunately I was going to find out from him after he landed. I see, but this raises another question. A normal passenger can't access the cargo hold on their own. Agent Hicks must have identified himself to a member. Agent Hicks must have identified himself to a member of the crew and entered the cargo hold with that person who let him in. Yes, and then he was murdered here. These glass fragments and his broken glasses are a testament to that. And then the killer put Agent Hicks into one of the spare suitcases and they entered the elevator. But while they were riding it up, the plane hit that patch of turbulence. Because of the intense shaking, the suitcase popped open and Agent Hicks's body flew out. At the same time, his wallet fell out of his pocket, spilling its contents everywhere. Which explains why there was money scattered all over the elevator floor. Oh shit, we done already? I think it's pretty easy to say who the culprit is at this stage. What? Really, sir? I know what you're thinking, Miles Edgeworth. But the killer can be none other than Miss Rhoda Tenero. Well, we're getting right into it. I was gonna, like, split the parts more with, like, oh, investigation, and, like, oh, and this is, like, the, questioning, but that was, like, 10 minutes. It would have been even less if I wasn't, like, ranting about nonsense. Alright then. Definitive evidence. If it was a crew member, any one of them could have shown Agent Hicks to the cargo hold. But the point to keep in mind is the keycard that allows the elevator to come down here. The only person with such high-level access is Miss Rhoda Tenero. I'd say that's a pretty decisive piece of information, wouldn't you? What is happening to my German accent? I know what she's trying to say, but it's not certain it's as simple as that. Definitive evidence. How can I poke a hole in this? Any one of them could have shown to the cargo hold, but the point to keep in mind, the keycard that allows the elevator to come down here. The only person with such high-level access is Miss Rhoda Tenero. Is that the only person? Why would such important things like the keycard be entrusted to only one person? According to Cammy Mio, Rhoda Tenero is in charge of most of the important stuff. Then what exactly is Miss Mio in charge of? Chatting it up with that foolish captain, apparently. She was being so foolishly foolish that I didn't want to ask what her other duties were. Yeah, I understand how you feel, but whipping me just now was uncalled for. In the end, the only one who could have led Agent Hicks into the hold was Rhoda Tenero. What if someone was hiding in a suitcase to be wheeled down? That might be true, but then it could be anyone, including Miss Miller, or even the captain. Don't be a fool. A plane without a pilot in the cockpit is like a horse without a rider, crop in hand, much like Scruffy over there. I mean, some planes do have like a little autopilot thing. Can't disagree with her on that. Detective Gumshoe does always need a guiding hand. Not to mention there's co-pilots. Very well then, what about the other flight attendant, Miss Meal? Hi, I thought you might ask about her. It's highly likely that the keycard was stolen from Miss Tenero. It's highly likely. Is that possibility the best you can come up with? And you call yourself a disciple of my father, who's a convict for murder, but okay. Yes, well, while I don't have any evidence, Be quiet. You're a disgrace. There's more evidence pointing to Miss Rhoda Tenero, you know. It's not just a keycard that gives her away. You're talking about the murder weapon, Mr. iFly Piggy Bank. Yes, she's also the only person with a key to open that display case. The matter of the key in the display case to help the murderous bank.
Hold it.
But that is a fake. Stop right there, Miles Edgeworth. You don't have any proof that this is just a red herring. If you must keep on insisting that it's a fake, then what is the real murder weapon and where did it go? Speechless, I see. That's not a surprise. After all, you know that we've searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. There must be a way. There must be something that can help me rule out the piggy bank as the murder weapon. It should be examined further to help us ascertain the authenticity of the weapon. Yeah, because then we ascertained this was grape juice? Oh no, blood. They scrubbed the crime scene. Maybe the piggy bank? We should examine the bank itself once more to determine if it is the real murder weapon. If this is the real weapon, it should be damaged or perhaps have a dent on it somewhere. You've looked into that already and there is no sign of anything on it. But we can't discount it as the murder weapon on that one fact alone. The piggy bank is, after all, made of a stronger material than human flesh. She got me. Was hit on the back of his head. The body? Was this guy? I think you were too quick to jump to your conclusions. Oh, was I? Yes. You don't even have the autopsy results yet. How can I not say that you made a snap judgment when you have yet to even see if the wound on Agent Hicks's head is consistent with the murder weapon? Right, because it could have been a blunt instrument to the back of the head that wouldn't leave a cut. Scruffy! Yes, sir. Contact the medical examiner's office at once. I wish to hear the results of Agent Hicks's autopsy. Eek. Yes, sir. We got a big problem, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Which is... What is it, detective? They're still doing the autopsy. But they said that they already know this one thing for sure. Report. Now. The doc said that it's one giant bruise from a beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back. From the victim's shoulder to his mid-back. He was beaten over such a wide area. Huh. Also, one moment. Okay. From the victim's shoulder to his mid-back, he was beaten over such a wide area. Well, I'd say maybe it's sorry, the killer had a grudge against Agent Hicks. It wasn't just his head. The killer went all out and hit him multiple times, sir. Was it a single bruise or was it multiple? Scruffy, well, that has had a grudge against Agent Hicks supposed to mean. But... bruising. Okay. Fair enough then. Aye. Well, that's up. Was the wound on the victim's head consistent with the murder weapon, detective? Oh, well, they said they were still looking into that, sir. You're completely useless. Yow! Sir, I told you already, you can't go down there. No, you remove yourself from my way. What is all that racket? My luggage, my cargo. They are mine and I demand you return them to me. We're still investigating the cargo hold. Please understand and have a little patience. Suppose there's no choice. Finally, I think he'd get... Hey, what are you? You left me no choice but to use strong force. Arr! You won't get past me. Well, dang. This is... Wait, that's it. So that's what this whole thing has been about. Further, there is the matter of the key to the display case to help the murderous bank. After all, you know that we've searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. Doc said that it's one giant bruise from a beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back. Is he dead? This isn't the real murder weapon. Find anything that could be found. Smuggling, cause of death. Right, it's not the real murder weapon because of the cause of death. Allegedly, the killer struck the victim many times over, which is why there is extensive bruising over such a wide area. But is that really the correct conclusion to draw from the evidence? The bruise from his shoulder to the middle of his back is one continuous mark, which is more suggestive of a single blow to the back. If that's the case, then the piggy bank is much too small to have caused that. Therefore, the murder weapon must be something far bigger. But a sizable weapon can't be found. Which means he must have been pushed over. If we're looking for a rather large weapon, you'd think it would stick out. But so far, we haven't found anything that resembles a weapon of any sort. Perhaps, just perhaps, it's something we all overlooked from the very beginning. Because normally, it's too impossibly big to be taken into consideration. What was that all about? Was he trying to jump his way down here? Franziska? What? What do you want? I found it, Franziska. I found the real murder weapon. You did? He really jumped. We didn't realize it until now, but the answer has been right in front of us this whole time. He might be hurt. We should go check up on him, sirs. There's that pompous attitude of yours again. You should learn to drop that habit. This is coming from a prosecutor with a habit of whipping everyone she comes across. Phone's ringing. Sorry about that. Alright. Anyway, if you really are a prosecutor, then you'll back yourself up with evidence. You two aren't listening at all, are you? Come on then, show me this real murder weapon you speak of. Well, we don't. Like, all we have is conjecture, but we know that it's definitely not the safe or the bank. I don't have any evidence to show you. Foolish reasoning for a foolish fool from a foolishly foolish fool meant to fool me. What do you mean by I don't have any evidence to show? Perhaps I should have phrased it as that which caused Agent Hicks' death is incorporeal. Forgive me, but I do believe I have figured out what was the real cause of death. A free fall. It was not suffocation or strangulation. The victim fell from a great height and subsequently died as a result. In other words, the real cause of death is free falling to the ground. He fell to his death? Yes, this is the only plausible possibility. The victim has extensive bruising on the back of his head and his back, and the only rational explanation for these injuries is that he fell to his death. But the murder happened inside this plane. I know. Are you claiming that there is some place in this plane from which he could have fallen from? As I said earlier, the answer has been right in front of us the entire time. You can't mean... Yes, I do. The victim fell from the top of the stairs of this very cargo hold. What? Then, well, we're in trouble. We may have a second death on our hands, sirs. I mean, he fell directly on his head. Like, even though that's not the biggest fall in the world, he fell on his head. Hey, you. Tell me you ain't dead, pal. Quiet. Why are you screaming? He's alive. And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. It's not possible that Agent Hicks fell over the railing to his death. That man is living proof of that. Suppose it's true that it's not possible, given the current circumstances. The current circumstances? What is that supposed to mean? Suppose that large piece of cargo wasn't there at the time. What would have happened then? He would have been a Borginian pancake for sure, sir. I suppose that man over there wouldn't still be breathing. But the reality is that the cargo box is there. So there's no point in entertaining your wild hypothetical scenarios. It may be there now, but there's no proof that it was always there. Huh, so if there could have been a window of time when that giant box was not there. Ah, but there was. What? I'm gonna use to show her that it's possible the box was not always where it is now. Okay, well, not that. Probably not that. No, not that. No. No, that's from his visit to... Oh! Oh! I thought it was just like, oh, refueling, but no, they transferred the cargo too. Could have been that. You refueled in the Republic of Zhangfa? Yes, this flight had a short layover in Zhangfa in order to refuel. But that wasn't the only reason for the layover. We also transferred some cargo. What if the box in question was only transferred onto the plane at that time? To further prove my point, let's take a look at what's next to the box in question. Ah, it's labeled Zhangfa Express. Correct. It was loaded onto the plane in Zhangfa. Now, what if the box in question was also loaded on at the same time? It would mean that the box was not here in the cargo hold during the Europe-Zhangfa leg of the flight, making a clear drop from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death entirely possible. Ah, but your theory is still very far-fetched. Allow me a chance to prove how very likely my scenario is. The first order of business will be to examine that piece of cargo in more detail. Alright, and we'll look into that next time. Thank y'all for watching. Have a great day. See you next time for some more Let's Play. Ace Attorney Investigations, Miles Edgeworth. Goodbye. Things are... I mean, I have a feeling we're gonna, like, clear Rhoda's name, but... I don't know where else we go from here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Goodbye.